One of the massive gaping holes I have in both my gaming and my, let's say, TV watching is that I've only ever experienced Initial D on the PSP, briefly. Apart from that, it's kind of bypassed me, both the anime and the games themselves. No idea why. They look right up my street. Anyway, Inertial Drift is a game that has taken heavy influence from Initial D. And I had to double check all that actually. Because I wasn't 100% sure, I just heard it being said. But yeah, it is clearly taken inspiration. And yeah, for someone who's not really played much Initial D, Inertial Drift is a really good game. The characters, despite having no actual dialogue, are full of character. You like some, you dislike some. I wouldn't say you ever sort of really have any major feelings towards any of them, but yeah, they've done well to help progress the story. And it's an interesting visual style, this kind of hand-drawn look, but it's very crisp. Looks, I don't know, maybe a bit Murder by Numbers, I would say. And the cars have got this hand-drawn look to them as well, which is really good. But yeah, the story is fine in this. It does what it needs to do to move the game forward. But with anything like this, what really matters is what is it like on track. And yeah, it does a good job. Tutorial teaches you the basics of drifting, which is fine. And the early races, as you'll see in this video, you can just get through quite easily. You can make a ton of mistakes and still get through. The tracks are quite open, and they encourage you to sort of like test everything out. As you progress, tracks get tighter, the opposition get harder, and you'll find yourself making more mistakes, and those mistakes will cost you races. Really simple mechanic: accelerate with one trigger, normal brake with another, which is fine. Turn with your left stick, and then you use your right stick basically to start the drift, to flick out your back end and get your drift started. And then you control that with a mix of input control, basically. So a mix of accelerator, turning angle, drifting angle, that kind of thing. Mess it up and you can spin out, but you can also recover those spin outs, which is really good. And spin out I did a few times in later levels. So it's got a good learning curve. I did make the mistake of going from, I think, the opening tutorial and a couple of early races to then jumping straight into some of the challenge modes. And that was a big mistake. Namely because that's where it gets difficult, and that's where the bulk of the challenge is in this game. And I was spinning out all over the place. But yeah, this captures the look and feel of Initial D really well. And it does a good solid job. I can't tell you if this is any better than Initial D or any worse, because I haven't got enough experience with it. So as someone who's coming into this fresh and without prior expectations, then yeah, this is a really good game. Probably not long term. It's probably not going to be a game that you'll play constantly on and off, like I am doing with Art of Rally. But yeah, it's fun while it lasts. You'll a good few weeks out of it at the very least. And some games that's just fine. That's just fine. Just to have a game that is just an enjoyable time for a brief period of time. I see no reason to sort of like jump back in once I'm done, which is a shame. But yeah, no, just for the time you're with it, it is really enjoyable. So yeah, with that, if you're aware of Initial D, maybe check this out. If you've got no experience of Initial D, then still check this out. It's definitely got something about it. And yeah, I enjoyed my time without it being the greatest game I'll ever play. Anyway, if you like the video and you like our other stuff, please do like and subscribe, and then probably hit the bell notification. And until next time, goodbye.